horse. If you want gold, then I am the source. I need a crown, I need a sword. I got my team, we going to war. You are my kids, you be my pawns. We don't relate, you taking a loss. I am a king.
What up, family? I'm out and about, sitting in the car waiting for some shit to be done. Motherfucking dryer blew up on me. Now I gotta use the motherfucking laundromat. Goddamn. Peep game, though. You know what I'm talking about. This what I want to say, and I'm sure a lot of us already understand to a degree. But this is for people who might not have the right insight or the proper insight. You know, this is for y'all. Remember, you know, all the outside sources of things and influences that we go through a day, it does beat on us, whether we're aware of it or not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the more dangerous influences outwardly are mostly things that we're not even aware of. You know what I'm talking about? The subliminals, the subconscious. You know, and these are things such as my circle of friends, the TV shows I watch, the music I personally listen to. You know, these are some of the things that on a subconscious level affect us. You know, our social circle has a certain dynamic to it, and we can get comfortable in that and not really want to expand outside of that comfort zone. And this plays on us, you see what I'm saying, on a daily, subconscious, right? What we watch on TV is what we're being fed on a subconscious level, whether we think it's jokes or not, or intense or not, whatever the show is. You feel what I'm talking about? But my point is, a lot of the things that we go through are subconsciously input in us. So now what happens is we have internal conflict. And this is the thing. Your biggest enemy is yourself. Enemy. You know, I'm just playing with words. But peep that game, right? You have to be able to, and this is rough for people, you know, and I ain't tripping on nobody. You gotta be able to check yourself, man. You gotta be able to do like a self-evaluation, a risk assessment. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta be able to do shit like that. You gotta be able to retreat. You know? You gotta be able to see, okay, this is what I am comfortable in, and this is what I make myself comfortable with. Because these are different things. And we gotta understand, in order to keep and keep evolving our dopeness, we got to be able to make room for growth. That means getting rid of some of the shit that we might have been comfortable with, or the people we might have been comfortable with, or thought process and perspectives that we might have been comfortable with. It's okay to take a risk assessment on yourself. My uncle gave me that game not too long ago. He said, man, sit down and do a risk assessment. My son done broke my glasses. Now them bitches is all angly and shit. That way you can see, okay, and be brutal with yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Right down to the feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because and this is my problem. You know, I store my shit up. You know, I let shit go. And if I let you go, do some fuck shit to me, and I don't really do nothing, that ain't because I don't want to do nothing. It's because I'm soaking it in. I'm taking that mental note. I'm remembering what the fuck you did, or what the fuck I did, etc., etc. But it's gonna be bottled up until, you know, I'll fuck one of you niggas up for real. And that ain't no good. And I learned that. So, you know, I learned how to risk assess. I learned how to sit with myself. And sometimes it is rough. Sometimes it is emotional. You know, sometimes it is. Sometimes, a lot of times it ain't. But I bring that up just so people are aware that it ain't just going to be boring you sitting there in the quiet da-da-da type shit. No, if you really sitting with yourself and you checking yourself and you're assessing yourself, it might get emotional. You know what I'm saying? It might get a little intense. But your biggest enemy is always gonna be you. It ain't what. And look. Y'all know my channel. Y'all know what I do know. It ain't the white boy. It ain't the white girl. It ain't the cave woman and caveman. It ain't just that. It ain't my own folks. It ain't just us. It's all internal. It's all internal. How I choose to be is what it is. What I choose to let defeat me is what's going to defeat me. What I choose to be superior to is what I'm going to be superior, etc., etc. You feel what I'm saying? What I choose to let me happy, it's going to be happy with. What I choose to let me mad, etc., etc. And I really do think we got to remember this. Even if it's like, no, that nigga did me dirty. No, that bitch did me dirty. She ain't shit. Fuck a bitch, man. Get the money. Da-da-da, you know. She ain't worth shit if a person's worthless. You know, I know all that shit. And you know, when I look at hoes, that's how I look at them. When I look at bitches, that's how I look at them. When I look at women, I look at them in a totally different perspective. You know, but I understand that. But that's all coming from me. I'm the source of all this shit. Well, that motherfucker did me wrong and I'm angry. Listen, I ain't mad at that. You have a right to have an emotions. You have a right to feel. You matter. But you should know that you matter so much. You got to be able to check that shit in. Oh yeah, that shit hurt. Okay, motherfucker caused me pain. But I got so much to be blessed for, so much to be grateful for, so much to be appreciative of. You know, does the good outweigh the bad, or does the bad outweigh the good? And if the bad outweighs the good, how consistent am I with dealing with negative? How many times do I put myself in that situation that deal with negative? What things do I choose or say that puts me in a position to have to deal with negative? You know, so I just want the family to remember that. You know, a lot of the times, all the time, we are our biggest enemy and we are our biggest superheroes at the same time. We just got to choose what side of the fence we want to jump on, man. And that's real shit. And I love y'all for this. And I love y'all for listening and understanding. I love y'all because y'all gonna give the game to some of the young homies or the elders, whoever might need this. I know y'all gonna reach out and like, yo, and pass on the game, whether it come from me or not, or you just run with it. Either way, that's how we each one teach one. You feel what I'm talking about? So with that being said, I gotta get back in here. I just want you to know I love you and I appreciate you, and you'll see me later.